Let's take a trip.
Let's take a trip
Through the stars.
through the stars.
Build imagination.
Build imagination.
Where we are.
Right where we are.
Let's jump right in and have some fun. Princess Starseed, here we come. Now let's call Ozzy.
Look at me.
Hi kids, thanks for joining me for Storytime today. This story is called Ozzy and the Prickly Huggles, written by Vicky Delini. Before we begin, which feathered friend should we ask to join us? Oh, that's a great choice. Let's call in Sunny, who is friendly. Hi, Sunny. I was just about to read a story. Would you like to join my friends and I? Oh, Sunny says he would. Here we go. Ozzy was different from the moment of his spiky life. Sure, in the first few days, he and his brothers and sisters didn't do much except sleep and snuggle, eat and cuddle. But as they grew older, they became stronger and more adventurous. The Huggles began to explore the forest that surrounded them. When they ate their first juicy caterpillar, Ozzy wanted to snuggle. When they tasted their first berry, Ozzy wanted to cuddle. When they munched on their first crunchy beetle, Ozzy wanted to nuzzle. There was nothing that Ozzy loved more than huggling. The day turned into night, and the night turned into day, and it was time for the Huglets to leave their nest. Before venturing out, Ozzy cuddled with his mom for the last time. But he wasn't sad. He was hopeful and excited. In his world, Huggles and cuddles were abundant. But he didn't know yet how rare Huggles and cuddles are out there. On the first day of the rest of his life, Ozzy walked and walked and walked some more, deep into the dark forest. Then, as he started to think the world was much lonelier than he had ever imagined, lightning flashed, thunder roared, and the rain poured down on him. Desperately, he looked for a place to hide. Ozzy spotted a little burrow in the mound next to a tall tree. He rushed in, but a frightened rabbit immediately sent him away. "We can't be in here together. You're prickly and you could hurt me." Ozzy turned sadly to leave the burrow and found another hiding place on the other side of the tree. Cold and alone, Ozzy curled up into a little ball. "I wish I was softer," he sniffled before falling asleep. The generous sun dried the rain off the yellow autumn leaves. And when Ozzy woke up in the forest, it was vivid and rustling with life again. The berries were juicy, the earwigs were mushy, and the millipedes tickled his tongue. But all Ozzy really wanted was a huggle. Crack, crack, crack! Ozzy heard from high above, and a giant nut fell next to his feet, bouncing in the dry leaves and waking up nearly every earthworm. Ozzy didn't eat nuts, but he was curious to see who did. Perhaps he could make a new friend up there. You look sad, said a squeaky little voice, and a bouncy, fluffy squirrel hopped to the ground next to him and grabbed his treasured nut. Ozzy's eyes shone with hope. Maybe he could be friends with the squirrel. I was alone and feeling lonely here, Ozzy said. But I'm happier now that I found you. All I want is a huggy, he added hopefully. The squirrel looked at Ozzy suspiciously. A hug? With a hedgehog? How can I hug you? He squealed. You are prickly and you could hurt me. And with his nut safely tucked away, he bounced back up the tree, disappearing into the leaves. Ozzy was heartbroken. Mom loved and cuddled him exactly how he was, prickly, spiky, and thorny. If she could, surely others could too. But where could he find them? The smell of fresh water lured Ozzy deeper into the forest and to a beautiful pond where his reflection looked back at him with sad eyes. A second pair of eyes looked up at him. Why so sad? Asked Guppy. Ozzy sighed. I am many things, he said. I am sad because I could use a huggle, but I'm too prickly to be given one. Can you maybe huggle me? Ozzy asked. But he already knew the answer. The guppy swam away, leaving nothing but bubbles and ripples behind him. With his snout leading the way, and his feet slowly following, Ozzy snuffled through the leaves. Flying forest insects hovered above, creeping, crawling bugs scattered below. Caterpillars smiled at him, but all Ozzy wanted was a huggle. Consumed by his thoughts, Ozzy almost missed something highly unsure and unusual. A boy spread a blanket on the rustling leaves. He took a book, a sandwich, and an apple from his backpack and stretched out on his tummy. Ozzy observed him quietly from behind a small bush. Don't ever go near human beings, he remembered his mom warning him. But Ozzy didn't want to exclude anyone because of who or what they might be. So Ozzy was different from the very first moment of his spikely life. In his prickly world, huggles and cuddles were abundant. Everyone could be huggled, no matter how different they seemed. Come here, little buddy, said the little boy when he spotted Ozzy's snout twitching from within the scrub. His hand reached toward him, palm open and welcoming. The boy smiled softly as he patiently waited to see if Ozzy would trust him. Hesitantly at first, but with increasing confidence, Ozzy's little feet scampered toward him, and as he got closer, the boy lowered his palm and Ozzy climbed on. And as he did, Ozzy felt the warmth of the boy's hand against his soft belly and realized that he was both soft and prickly and could be loved and huggled exactly the way he was and exactly the way he wasn't. Wow, that was an amazing story, wasn't it, Sonny? Hey kids, you can get this book for yourself and find it on Amazon. Get your parents to go to the link. Thanks for watching and reading with us today. Bye-bye.